Hi everyone, hope you are doing good today. Today we have to go through the section 11.2, which is hypothesis test for population proportion. In this section, we are going to perform our hypothesis test based on population proportion. Okay, for the hypothesis testing, you already know that we define what is a null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Same as before, we have to mention null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis here, but there is a different, which is population proportion. In this section, we are dealing with population proportion. So for the hypothesis, for the null hypothesis, P equals P naught. It's not like mu in last chapter we discussed. Here H naught, which means null hypothesis, is P equals P naught. You know, null always goes to equals with the equal sign, so P equals P naught. This is a value which sometimes they have given, or sometimes you can calculate that value. Okay, this is a scale value based on your alternative hypothesis. It can be P not equal P naught, or P less than P naught, or P greater than P naught. This is for two tail test, this is for left tail test, and this is for right tail test. Okay, uh, as we mentioned in section 11.1, we have two specific assumptions in this population proportion. First one is simple random sample. It doesn't matter in this section, you don't need to worry about that. Always simple random sample, that you can, a simple random sample you can assume, so no problem with that. But second one, it is really important, you have to check it n times p naught greater than or equal 5 and n times 1 minus p naught greater than or equal 5. Here n is the sample size, p naught is the value in the null hypothesis, which means this value. Okay, null hypothesis value. Okay, step number one, first write the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis based on your your side of the test, left tail test, right tail test, or two tail test. Okay, then check the assumptions, which means you have to check just one assumption, so check that assumption, it's a must. Okay, decide the significant level alpha, then you can calculate the test statistic C naught, let's say C naught, or you can pick any letter, that doesn't matter, by using this formula p hat minus p naught. P naught is this p naught. Okay, p hat minus p naught divided by square root of p naught times 1 minus p naught over n. Okay, take your decision based on critical value approach or p value approach, because you have done those critical value approach and p value approach, you can select which one you have to use. Okay, that doesn't matter. You can use C table. At the end, give the proper conclusion. Okay, these are the specific steps, so if you follow these steps, then your answer is complete. Okay, you can take your decision, if you are taking your decision by using critical value approach. As you remember, this is some kind of free call. If it is a left tail test, we reject H naught if my negative C alpha greater than C naught. This C naught is the test statistic value. Okay, this C alpha mean C value based on your alpha. Okay, which mean my test statistic value is somewhere here. If it is a right tail test, we reject H naught if C naught greater than C alpha, which mean my calculated test statistic value is somewhere here. If it is two tail test, we reject H naught if my C naught greater than C alpha over 2 or C naught less than negative C alpha over 2, which means my C naught somewhere here or here. Okay, so whatever inside the rejection region, we reject it. Okay, this red color mean rejection region. Okay, if you are using p-value approach, same thing. If it is a left tail test, find the p-value. If p-value is somewhere here, then reject it. Okay. If it is a right tail test, find the p-value. If p-value is somewhere here, then reject it. If it is two tail test, calculate your p-value. I think you may remember this one. In two tail test case, p-value you can calculate probability to the left multiply by 2. Okay, so if your calculate value is somewhere here or here, then you reject, which means simply in p-value approach we reject our null hypothesis if my p-value less than alpha. Okay, less than significant level. Okay, let's go through questions. Okay, I'm not going to read the entire question, but I'll mention the specific information what we need to do our calculation. Okay, they have mentioned US labor force. They have selected this much. They have selected 1003. Okay, they have selected, which means this is your what? Sample. This is your sample size. Okay, then approval of labor union 65%. So 65% said yes, which means success rate uh, success rate of your sample is 65%. Okay, simply it is the sample proportion. Okay, it is the sample proportion. Okay, in this problem you may see that simple length sample size is 1003, but they have I'm sorry, uh, they have given 65%. What is the 65%? This is your p hat. Okay, some problems they will give you both simple n, which means sample size, as well as p hat. Okay, you should clearly identify what is p hat and what is simple n. Okay, so here you don't need to calculate p hat. They have given 65%, 65% from that sample, so you don't have to calculate that. Okay, and in 1936 about 72 of American approved, 72%. In this line from here to here, this line they haven't mentioned anything about sample. They just consider 1936 about 72% of Americans. So from entire Americans, 72%, which means it is your population proportion. Okay, it is your population proportion. 5% significant level, so alpha is 0.05. You have to figure it out. This one, percentage of Americans who approved of labor union now has decreased since 1936. Okay, who approved labor union now has decreased, which means what? Decrease. It is decreased for the from this value, decrease from the p note. Okay, okay, let's go one by one. First, you have to conduct the hypothesis test to solve this problem. Okay, simple n, I told you it is 0 point sorry, it is 1003. Okay, they have given p hat. P hat is 65%, which means simply 0.65. In 1936 about 72 of Americans, which means they are talking about population. So population proportion p naught is 0.72. So p naught almost all denote the population proportion value. Okay, so it is 72%, which means 0.72. So you have p naught here, and here you have p hat. Okay, so first step, write the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. H naught is p equals p naught. What is p naught? 0.72. An alternative hypothesis is based on the site, right? This is something less than, so p less than 0.72. Check those assumptions. So what is p naught? 0.72, 0.72. N times 0.72 greater than 5. Yes. N times 1 minus 0.72 greater than n. Yes. So this is true. Done. Next, you need to find the significant level. They have given 5%. So 5% mean C alpha 0.05. Okay. Compute the test statistic by plugging the values to this formula. Okay. This is your p hat. This is your p naught. Oh, sorry. This is your p naught. And yeah, this is again p naught. This is 1 minus p naught. This is simple n. So the value is negative 4.93. Okay, you have to decide which approach you are going to use here. First I used I think one step is enough because we have done these examples in last chapter. So let's use a critical value approach. Okay, so this is a left tail test. You have to find C alpha value from the C table. It is negative 1.645. When you compare your C naught value with negative C alpha value, easily you can see that C alpha value is greater than C naught value because negative values, higher negative values goes to left side. So your C naught value somewhere here within the rejection region. So we reject null hypothesis without second thought, right? At the end, give the interpretation. We reject our null hypothesis at 5% significant level. Okay, this is the formal way to say what is going on here. So we have enough evidence to say yes, say that the percentage of American this from start here to here, what they have given here. What is our claim? Okay, percentage of Americans who approve of labor unions now has decreased since 1936. So this is our claim. We can go with the claim because we reject the null hypothesis. Okay, okay. Let's see another one. In national poll, US adults. Okay, this much US adults. This much, which mean this is the sample size. They asked to do this one, and they've got 548 favored passengers. In here, they have given you success. How many successes? 548. So this is your X. Okay. At 5% significant level, okay. You need to conclude the majority, which means more than 50%. More than. This is a right tail test. Okay, more than, greater than, which means right tail test. So first n, simple n is 1053. Sample proportion p hat is x over simple n, which is 0.52. Okay, this value here and this value here. Okay, then what? More than 50%. 50%. So 50% is the population proportion. They need to check the majority, more than 50%, which means 0.5. So this is your p naught. Okay, that is your p naught. Okay, write the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Null hypothesis p equals p naught. P naught is 0.5. Is that correct? Yeah, p naught is 0.5. Alternative hypothesis, since this is more than or greater than case, it's a right tail test. P greater than 0.5. Check the assumption. Yes, you can check those assumptions. It is true. Okay, then decide the significant level. Alpha given 5%, which means alpha equals to 0.05. Compute the test statistic. This is your p hat, and this is your p naught. Okay, so you can calculate those values. C naught is equals to 1.3 naught. Okay, let's use again, let's use critical value approach. That's the easiest one. Okay, since this is sorry, typo here. Since this is right tail test, since this is a right tail test, C value is negative C alpha. So alpha value is 1.645. Alpha is this you need to figure it out. This is 0.05. So C alpha is 0.05, value is 1.645. Your calculated C value is, I think, 1.3, right? So your C naught is 1.3. This is your C alpha. Okay, so you can see your C naught value inside, not it's not inside the rejection region. It is somewhere here, right? So you cannot reject, right? It is inside the not rejection region. So we do not reject null hypothesis. So you can conclude that we do not reject our null hypothesis at 5% significant level. So since we are not going to reject, we do not have enough evidence to say what your claim. We don't know because we don't have enough evidence to say. We don't have enough evidence to agree with our uh, alternative hypothesis, which means with our claim. So do not have enough evidence to say majority of US adults favored passage. Okay, so that's all about this question. And okay, so that's the end of this section, and I hope that you have taken something from this video. So please go through these materials again and make sure you got or you understand these materials well. Then hope you guys enjoy the video. See you in next session. Thank you and have a great day.